Some men are gold diggers. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Shantae said a thing because you already know I say them things. Okay, so we're just gonna jump into this. Y'all already see the title, and today's topic of discussion is how men love them some gold diggers. So I saw this post on Facebook talking about it, and I just had to make a video on it because it's kind of facts. It kind of facts. Now, before I jump into this discussion, I already know this video may get a lot of angry men crying about, not all men, not I don't deal with gold diggers and blah, 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 blah. Look, if it does not apply, then let it fly. This video, this take, this dialogue is directed exclusively towards men that always have something to say about gold diggers or constantly criticizing women as worthless or useless or a waste of time and money and telling men they shouldn't put any effort into treating women with respect. Like all those disgusting red pill nonsense that all those male empowerment channels be talking about, because these red pill channels are not about male empowerment or how to level up or being a powerful man in their own field, or leveling up in life in general. No. These videos are solely about degrading, disrespecting, and insulting women because these men feel so inadequate with themselves. And if you read the comments on any of these red pill channels, and I mean any of them, you will see the misogyny, the sexism, the double standards, and just pure hatred towards women in general. But I digress. So let's just read this post and jump right into the depth of this conversation. Men claim to hate gold diggers, but what they actually hate is that they can't afford them. The second men get money, they entertain women who they know they would have never get if they were broke. In conclusion, men love gold diggers. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is such a true statement. I've noticed a lot of men who get money, especially for the first time in their lives, like rappers and athletes and pop stars and rock stars. One of the first things they do is dangle their money in front of women's faces, saying, hey, look at me, I have all this money, you should definitely come hang out with me. I can give you everything you ever wanted, and I'll take care of you. Please. These men intentionally go out of their way to impress women with the things that they can buy for them. You say you hate gold diggers, but all you're doing is offering women gold. Which, by the way, if a woman accepts, it does not make her a gold digger, and actually makes her someone who wants to have a more financially secure life and not one that deals with struggles, which, in case you forgot, this is how the world works. Fathers would intentionally encourage their daughters to only marry a man who can financially take care of her. And men's goal was to get as much money as you can so you can take care of your family, which is supposed to have more meaning than everything else in life. That depends on you whether you agree or disagree with that. If you do not want to risk having gold diggers be attracted to you, then don't offer money and luxury to women. Offer them an experience instead. Ask them if they have any business ventures. Ask them what are their plans for the future, or starting a family. Ask them if they can travel to anywhere in the world. Where would they go? Things of that sort that doesn't have to do directly with money or physical objects that cost money. Shopping for expensive bags and shoes and things of that sort. For being honest, money is always going to be involved in any relationship, and that is in all aspects of life, so we're just gonna have to get over that. But instead of showering women with a bunch of meaningless gifts, why don't you treat them with experience and your time and your effort? Now, there is this thing called the 5 love languages, about how people experience love through different outlets. So if you don't know what that is, definitely go ahead and look that up, the 5 love languages. Because it's so easy to say that if a woman wants something of physical value, then she's just a gold digger. But at the same time, a lot of men who claim these things just can't afford to treat a woman to anything. These are the broke men who can't afford to go anywhere or do anything for any woman. So they try to hoodwink, bamboozle, hornswoggle, swindle, pull the wool over our eyes with mind games, and use reverse psychology to make us think that we have to put up with broke dusties who are unmotivated, bottom of the barrel men like themselves, otherwise wear superficial, which is simply not the case. Do not be fooled, ladies, by this type of man that wants you to struggle with him because he cannot provide the best, especially if he's not even trying. Here, let me read some comments from this post. Just because a woman likes a man who is well off doesn't make her a gold digger. A gold digger is a woman that preys on men specifically for the purpose of manipulating him emotionally to extort him financially. No one likes to be taken advantage of, but everyone likes looking good for people. This is simple. Most rich men have no time, so a woman whose love language is time and attention is not going to be a good fit. A rich man needs a woman whose love language is gifts. Then he'll want to turn around and call a woman a gold digger. Then that's who he needs to marry. He doesn't have time for anything else. Voila, I solved all the problems. These same men talk a lot of ish about me and other women who are self-reliant too. We get accused of emasculating them because of our independence. We're damned if we do and we damned if we don't. Ain't that a mother truth? Exactly. Why are you in the club popping bottles and entertaining these women if you're going to bash them later? It's all the same system. No one wants to talk about what's really going on here. If a man wants a woman to look a certain way, like a model or something, that most likely requires money to maintain. So yes, you will need money to help her keep up with the lifestyle and appearances. So yes, men do like gold diggers in a way because the type of woman men with money want require money. Men love flashy money, but hate the attention it attracts. Make it make sense, please. Factually, everyone loves money and resources that it brings them, freedom and other things, regardless of demographic, gender, etc. But at the same time, the world makes them paranoid since people will rip them off when they're poor, so they believe if they're wealthy, it will multiply that ish by a lot. Hence the conundrum of them wanting a woman they can't normally get and them being paranoid of being used and scammed. Having said that, there are exceptions to the rule. They entertain them, some even marry them, but truthfully 95% of us as people don't know what the F we want. I don't agree with that. How can a man want a woman for all occasions? Little ratchet, dominatrix, homegirl who cooks like his mom, breastfeeds him, bear his kids, and snaps back. Oh, and doesn't ask him for money but dresses in couture. Nothing but the truth. Write whole songs about being able to flex Rolex watches, chains, Bentleys, all to get the attention of girls, usually someone else's girl for emphasis, that gets the girl's attention, calls her a gold digger, and shows contempt. Make it make sense. If that's not what you wanted, someone who would love you for your stuff because you lack substance and self-esteem, and that's all you have to offer. 1995 called, they want their toxicity back. Some men are gold diggers. That is true. I'm gonna make a video about this one day. The hate for gold diggers is funny to me. So what are women supposed to do? Be a broke, poverty, struggle digger? Yo, I never heard that sentence structured that way. That's an odd weird string of words. Broke, poverty, struggle digger. This is how they be sounding. This is how those red pill channels be sounding. They want every woman to want to bust the Dougie. They want a woman to want a Dusty and then clown her for when it doesn't work out. But then also shame her for wanting more. This is a whole cycle. Anyways, are we supposed to dream of marrying a man who can't bring financial assistance to the union? The really weird part is that desiring the bare minimum like career, self-sufficiency, having shelter or transportation, depending on where you live, is looked upon as gold digging. Girl, I know. Basically, there are men out there who want women to have no standards or expectations so they won't have to work or be held accountable for anything. That is so true. They want to ask you the dumb question, what are you bringing to the table? Like, what? Sounds like you just make an excuse so you don't have to do anything. Talking about men being men, but you don't want to do the very essential thing that is required of men through nature. And what's even more crazy is that other men clown other men for not being providers. There are so many men who say things like this, but then they clown other men like, oh, that man is weak. Oh, he's not a real man. It's just like, y'all do this to each other. You know what? Another video for another day. And with men, those who gravitate towards extreme patriarchal ideas for relationships in which women aren't allowed to have resources of their own, those men would do well to have something substantial to offer those women. So are the women they choose gold diggers? Because if I'm not allowed to have my own money, best believe I'm looking for a man who can provide a financially secure life for me and the children we have. So tell me again why y'all hate gold diggers? Because based on some men's behaviors and ideologies, they actually desire them. Having women that are completely dependent upon them financially is their idea of what being a man is, and some men receive validation from that. Somebody lied. Somebody lied. So as you can see, I obviously agree with some of these comments, and there are lots of men whose behaviors and actions agree as well, even if they deny. With the things they say and the things they do, kind of show that they love them some gold diggers. Which, let's be honest, most of these women are not actually gold diggers. They're just women who like the lifestyle that they're living and want to be a part of it. And sure, there are some women who are actually going after you for the money, especially if you're flashing all of your coins and your status, specifically because they think that this will help them get the lifestyle that they want and they can focus on being in love with you later on. But no one is growing up wishing they can live in a 1-bedroom apartment working paycheck to paycheck for 20 plus years. So let's be real, okay? Let's just be real. Oh, another thing. I also want to mention that no one in these comments made a statement to point out how hypocritical some of these men are, because a lot of these same men who have daughters and are actually in their lives and love them and care for them and treat them like their own princesses, they tell their own daughters the same thing I'm telling you today. These same men are the ones who have daughters in their 20s and 30s who say, you know, this guy's not good enough for their daughter because he doesn't have a job, or his job is not good enough. He can't take care of my daughter and she deserves the best. So when it comes to their daughters, these same men are hypocritical because they're not good enough for their own children, but the same women who they're into, they're going after, or who wants them after them, are gold diggers by default and not worth their time or energy. But they will turn around and teach their sons the same toxic attitude and behaviors against other people's daughters. But with their daughters are the exception to this rule. Their daughters aren't gold diggers. They're just women at a higher level and deserves nothing but the best. How does this double standard work? How? Anyways, I don't want to make this video super long, so tell me what you guys think. Do you agree or disagree that men really do love them some gold diggers? Leave your arguments in this comment section down below. What is your take? Does this term gold digger need to be redefined, or should it just stop being used all willy-nilly to describe any woman who's interested in a man who has a little something to give? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video so you can get some more amazing content from yours truly, Shantae, from the wackiest side of interweb. Shantae said a thing because y'all already know. Always got something to say on this channel. Oh, and do not forget to hit me up on patreon.com/Shantae did a thing so we can talk more and build up this patronage army. Toodles! I just want to give a quick and big shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon, Subscribestar, OnlyFans, No Nudes, Throne, and Cameo. And I hope everyone who subscribed and any future subscribers join my fandom on all of my subscription services because you get more of me. Aww, I know you're sad that's the end of the video, but that's okay because you can watch this one or that one and you'll get more of me. This one has a lot of laughter and a little cuteness. This one has cuteness and a little bit of laughter. Either way, you're gonna get a little bit of both. So, yeah. Choose.